I'm sitting here in the middle of this field pondering how I'm feeling about my move from this space to Paris, France in 34 days. I came up with 3 key emotions. Number 1, am I excited? This is the question that's asked of me every time I bump into somebody that I know. And you know, I kind of look at it like this. If you put up your Christmas tree in June and all you're thinking about is Christmas, by the time Santa comes on Christmas Eve, you're not so excited anymore. That's kind of how I feel now. Am I excited? I don't want to be a party pooper, for sure. I am excited. I'll be excited when I get on the airplane in 34 days though, that's for sure. Number 2, am I sad? I'm sad about leaving this space. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I do around here now that I'm not going to be doing in Paris. Like, I'm not going to be filling potholes in Paris. I don't mind filling potholes. I'm definitely not going to be driving a tractor around Paris. Not going to be mowing grass either. So, I just got to say though, that this farmer life, I mean, it's kind of a new thing. I mean, we lived in a regular old city house for the last 14 years until we sold it in 16 days. Yeah, but, you know, this wannabe gentleman farmer life, I'm gonna miss it. This space is awesome. Miss space? Absolutely. Number 3, am I feeling anxious? Yes. I'm moving to France. I don't want to speak English. I want to learn French. And yes, I'm a bit anxious about this. I want to learn basic, functional, retail, verbal French. Let's talk about language. I've always wanted to learn another language. Every time I go traveling somewhere, I always reflect on how shallow my travel experience is because I'm not speaking the language of the place I'm visiting. And for me moving to France, I am starting from scratch. I told myself for years that A, I'm not a language guy, or B, I'm just too old to learn languages, that it's a young person's skill or a young person's game. But then I saw this guy give a TED Talk, and I said to myself, I can do this. So this has been my language journey so far. So the first thing I did was open up Duolingo.
C'est mal.
This is not going to get me where I need to be. So I signed up for Lingoda, which is an online group class, and I started on like class number 4. I kind of skipped the Je m'appelle Robert, kind of figured I knew that, and at the end of it, you get a little comment from the teacher, you know, they email it to you, and it says, hey, great job, look forward to seeing you in the next class. And mine was sort of like, but you might want to consider going back to the beginning. It was kind of a kick in the pants. All right, where do I start? Okay, so here on YouTube, I watch Johnny Harris and I watch Nathanial Drew.
Hi, I'm Nathanial Drew.
And I'm Johnny Harris.
And we're both kind of obsessed with learning languages.
And those two guys got together and did a language course. Now, it's not a grammar course per se, it's more, these are some of the tips and tricks that you can use and utilize to move yourself down the path of learning a new language. And my one big takeaway from this course was this: flashcards. I need to learn 1,000 of the most frequently used words in the French language, and that's what I need to do first. I went to the office supply store, looked at the most frequently used words list, and started making my flashcards. For example, a song, la chanson, la chanson. Anyway, it's the first time I felt like I had a path forward. I was motivated and I felt absolutely this is the path I need to take. And then I signed up for Damon Dominique's online French course. If you do not watch Damon Dominique on YouTube, then you are missing out.
Your joke was so damn funny, they're gonna say it was pas mal. And you're like, it wasn't bad, far freaking from it. You'll hear this often. C'est pas de ma faute, hein? Il peut pas décrocher parce qu'il est à la manif. Il faut que vous fassiez la queue comme tout le monde. That one will be useful when you're in a French supermarket and an old grandma tries to cut you in line, because this happens often here.
It is entertaining and it is real world examples of how Parisians speak French. I encourage you to check them out. I then left the world of written out flashcards and I went to a digital flashcard scenario using Anki decks.
La peur, les peurs.
There are pluses and minuses to using electronic flashcards, so which do you want first, the good news or the bad news? Start with the bad news. If you're doing electronic flashcards on your phone, it's distracting. At least it is for me. I mean, I'm in the middle of concentrating and then the next thing that hits my mind is, oh, I wonder what the weather is in Paris today. But there are major advantages. Number one, you get to learn masculine and feminine. Number two, and most importantly, you learn how to pronounce the words, which is absolutely key. And number three, you're only one click away from real world examples of how that word is used in language or in a sentence. And then I went to Paris a few weeks ago with my son to figure out if we were going to live there or not. I discovered that I knew nothing. I have so much work to do in this language front. So, does the language barrier make me feel anxious? And the answer is absolutely yes.
So before we leave, there is still so much to do. I mean, we need to find an apartment, we need to arrange banking, figure out what we're bringing in our 3 suitcases each, arrange health insurance. There's a ton of stuff that we still need to do. But I'm really looking forward to this journey being more about the experiences that we can come up with in life versus the stuff that we have sitting in our drawers. I could probably use a better word than drawers. Anyway, at least that's my story for now, but we'll be back with more.